This is the childish behavior that requires me to treat you like children. This is exactly it.
This class is, I don't want to say the worst, but the most behaviorally challenged.
Brandon, sit down. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Don't call, raise your hand.
I have 14 or 15-year-old guys especially who really want to be seen as men. And for them, the whole thing is about respect.
What's going on? Cool. You cool? Grab a seat there and cool for me.
And giving and taking away respect is actually a pretty good motivator for some of them. I think teaching sometimes is more psychology than anything else, in that you kind of have to know which buttons to push with different students.
At the end of his second year with Teach for America in New Orleans, Harvard graduate Colleston Morgan was voted his high school's best teacher.
All right, next one.
About 90% of Teach for America recruits complete their second year, and so we wondered, how's it different than the first?
There's a lot more excitement because I think there's a lot less fear. I'm seeing some really good ideas. Your second year, you feel more settled. I know what to expect. I sort of knew the environment I was walking into, even the things that might have been not quite certain. We had some scheduling difficulties. I was prepared for that. Last year, I walked in at 8 o'clock and was told I had a new class for 8:30 that same day.
You're able to roll with the punches.
Yeah, use your hints.
Do you think you have become a pretty decent teacher?
I wouldn't say I'm amazing or wonderful or God's gift to the teaching profession.
Just want to see what you know.
Nowhere near that. But I think on a day-to-day basis, I'm okay.
Were you surprised when you started last year at the level of performance of your students?
Yes, very much so.
Tell me more.
I was surprised by the range of performance you could find inside of one classroom. Can you say what you're trying to say if I'm using that word? But I think you also have to start from a place of respecting what they have and beginning by examining not what's missing, not the reading skills that aren't there, but what does this kid have?
A health model.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of flip the model on its head. Instead of looking at what's deficient, look at what's there. Look at what maybe even is above there. A lot of our students are far more mature than I was at 18 or 19. They have dealt with far more adult situations than I have. And when you respect and acknowledge what they do have, then it becomes a sense of empowerment for them.
I'm guessing you learned this along the way?
Painfully so. But yes, I definitely, it's not something that comes easy.
We haven't gone all the way to full.
Do you have any qualms about this Teach for America strategy of bringing in lots and lots of TFA teachers?
I don't think the answer is constantly bringing in 22-year-olds who are sort of starting at the very beginning of the learning curve. The other thing that we need to figure out, unfortunately, too many of us, by the time we actually get it right, are on our way back out the door to something else. I guess as a jump start, quick fix strategy, maybe it's a great starting place, but I don't know that it's sustainable over the long term, and that's what worries me. So make sure you're plugging in the right number.
After finishing his 2 years with Teach for America, Colleston Morgan gave up the classroom to pursue a graduate degree in public policy. He hopes someday to return to New Orleans and continue to work for education.